Windows automation is the use of software tools to perform repetitive tasks on a Windows computer without human intervention. Windows automation can be achieved through several scripting languages ranging from built-in system administration tools to third-party GUI-focused languages. These include good old command prompt files such as BAT and CMD, and more modern simplified tools like Power Automate. But the modern standard for Windows automation is PowerShell. It is a powerful, object-based task automation solution built on the .NET framework, ideal for system management, network configuration, and cloud services like Azure. Although you can create PowerShell files in a simple text editor, just like CMD or BAT files, you can also use Windows' built-in integrated scripting environment, ISE. To run ISE, you can either use the Start menu, or you can use the Run window, which is particularly useful if you can't find it in the Start menu. In the Run window, simply type PowerShell_ISE and click OK. However, PowerShell ISE is considered legacy and is no longer in active feature development by Microsoft. It is therefore recommended to use Visual Studio Code, which fully supports PowerShell and receives regular updates. All you need is PowerShell extension for your Visual Studio Code, and you are good to go. This extension provides rich PowerShell language support for Visual Studio Code. Now you can write and debug PowerShell scripts using the excellent IDE-like interface that VS Code provides. Now press Ctrl-Shift-P and enter PowerShell, look for Enable ISE, and click on it. Here in the bottom you have several useful windows for PowerShell scripting, including the actual PowerShell Core terminal. Now you have all the PowerShell commands available to you. To master the basics of PowerShell, we will build a script to organize files in our Downloads folder. Through this project, we will learn about using variables, loops, logic, file I/O, and error handling in PowerShell. We will start by creating a text file. Then we will write a script to scan for files in our Downloads folder. First, we will create a variable. Variables always start with a $sign. You don't need to declare types. PowerShell figures it out for you. The $home is built-in variable which stores the home directory location of current user. In this variable, we will store the location of our Downloads folder. Next, we will create another variable named categories, and inside this variable, we will store a PowerShell hash table, which is kind of array or dictionary. In this hash table, we will create 3 categories: images, documents, and music. Images may include JPG, PNG, and GIF files. Documents may include PDF, DocX, and TXT files. And finally, music files may include MP3 and WAV files. We can also include another category named archives with zip and RAR files. These wavy lines indicate that there might be something wrong with our code, and I think we mistyped in some places. Now it is better. Now let's declare another variable named files to create a list of all files in the Downloads folder. PowerShell uses a verb-noun syntax, so we will use verb get with child item to get the files from the Downloads folder. We will use path parameter with variable source path to tell PowerShell where to look for the files. Then we will add the file parameter to ask it to look only for files and do not include folders in the list. Now we will use a loop to organize files inside the Downloads folder. We are going to use for each loop here. This loop will get one file from the list of files at each iteration. Now, let's get the extension of each file in the list of files, because we will organize files by their extensions. To lower is not actually required here, as PowerShell is generally case insensitive. but it is a defensive coding technique which ensures consistency. Now we will use an if command to check if the extension of current file exists in the list of categories we have defined above. If the extension does exist, we will join its category with the Downloads folder to create a new path where that file will be moved. Now we will use another if statement to check if the destination path exists or not. So if the destination path does not exist, we will create the path. And if the path exists, we will copy the current file to that path. And finally, we will display a message to tell us that the file has been moved to the directory we wanted. Currently, we have these files in our Downloads folder. Now, let's correct this one. And in our code, we are finding Category 3 extension, but we are using dictionary in reverse order, so let's correct that as well. Now let's run our code and see what happens. And as you can see, all files are gone, and there are 3 folders instead. Archives folder has all the zip files. Documents have all the doc and text files. And Images folder has all the pictures, just the way we wanted. You don't need any application to execute the PowerShell codes. You can simply save the code as PowerShell script file and execute the file directly. Let's close this code editor and go to our Downloads folder. Here is the file that we have just saved. Let's put all the files back into the Downloads folder and delete all the organized folders. Now, let's execute the organized.ps1 file using PowerShell and see what happens. And here you go, all your documents have been reorganized. PowerShell is a useful technology, and you can make your life real easy using this scripting language. This is it for our today's tutorial. See you in future with another topic. Till then, good luck learning PowerShell.